We found this structure very near our campsite. I expected to find some lever that opened up to a hidden cave, but there is no such thing. Arissa, I do worry about Lucienne and Livia. I just hope they are at least together. I don't want to imagine them being alone in this hostile environment. Let's hope we meet them soon. How is the food situation? I may have to hunt soon.
Sure thing.
beautiful, isn't it? We will have to keep one eye on those saber cats. Malachite ore veins. Now we need to find glass armor and weapons. There, a spirit animal. The wise old man near Helgen did talk about hunting them for good fortune. There are lots of malachite and ebony ore veins here. I have marked this area on our map. We can come back and set up a small mining operation if required. Let's take care of this spirit animal and those saber cats. So, a journal and a map to the location of the next spirit animal. I wonder why these spirits were holding on to these books. Anyway, this won't be a priority for us. If we find them, we take them down. More malachite that we won't need, but gold we will take. I do wonder if these 3 pillars are natural, or were they sculpted by an ancient civilization? I feel the mysteries of Chanterelle will raise questions every day. It is quite hopeless, if you think about it. Such a large island, and Lucien and Livia may be anywhere, but we have to keep moving and stay positive. A lot of mushrooms. Our first sighting of some sort of ruin. Interesting. An ancient path. That giant statue is trying to say something. Such an intricate work of art. Hold on, I see a spirit animal ahead. Well done. Another spirit animal. Another clue to the next one.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, what a relief. We have supplies, a tanning rack, a bed, and some storage. A teapot to make pine bud tea. Perfect. A cooking pot is useless without salt piles, but glad we have one here. I will take the leap of faith in the morning. It looks safe, I think. These ruins are definitely ancient. There was a fairly advanced culture here in the First Era, or maybe earlier. But all of this, the beds, the cooking pots, the tanning rack, these are new, and I wonder who set them up. Maybe the tribals used this as a temporary base. We have not encountered even a single human so far, so I just have to make assumptions. What a stunning location to watch the sunset. I do have 2 wolf pelts. I should be able to use the tanning rack to craft a backpack. Two wolf pelts, some leather stripes, and some sewing. There, a backpack. I might as well craft a water skin too, as I have some pelts.
All right, let's get this over with.
All right, Arissa, I got some Forsworn armor. See if you like it. Here are some Forsworn boots. This should increase your armor rating.
Is that everything?
All right, there are 2 beds. Whenever you feel like sleeping, do get some rest. Good night. Arissa wants to stay downstairs and keep watch. She says she will go to sleep later. I'm tired and need 8 hours of blissful sleep in this safe bed. Good morning. Did you get some sleep? Good.
What do you need? Oh, okay.
Arissa may like this shield, which will add to her defense when she is using her sword.
All right.
Isn't this lovely, Arissa? The view is spectacular. We also have a leap of faith diving platform here. I used to amuse myself in my youth when I was studying in Bravel. We used to dive into the Nibonay Basin. Good old days. So are you ready for the leap of faith? Let's do it. Arissa, let's go! Arissa is walking down. I will meditate on Mara for a while. Ah, you are here. Let's catch some fish and make some breakfast. Livia, you made it! Lucian, you are here too!
Let's bring the fight to the wicked.
Good morning.
I have missed both of you, and I'm so happy to see you. Perfect timing as well, as we are having some breakfast. Join us. Also, what do you think about Arissa's forsworn armor? I told her it suits her.
How can I assist? Oh, please, give me all the good stuff.
Thank you, Lucien, for carrying my armor and potions. I will take them now. Also, Arissa's armor will give you some protection.
I'll be right behind you.
Perfect. All of us have our weapons and armor distributed. We are set. Now for some food. Now that all of us are here, we will just focus on exploration. Let's head north and see what we find. I love some Third Era songs too. As they say, old is gold.
There once was a hero named Lucian Flavius, whose singing and writing and looks were just marvelous.
They've certainly
They're
seen better
done.
days.
You have failed. Don't you find magic amusing? It can do so many tasks that a man cannot. You will die.
What's that? Another ancient ruin. We should investigate.
Face my justice.
We now have adequate food for all of us. I wonder what this structure was used for. A temple complex, maybe. No traps? Good. I do see a door on the platform. We will need to find a way to get there. This ruin has a large compound with walls on all sides. It must have been an important place for people to gather back in the day. It's been a long day, and both of you did not sleep well yesterday. Let's rest here for a few hours before going in. Perfect. Thank you, Lucien. This tent is wonderful. Made in Cyrodiil. It reminds me of home. I guess we can use this free time to get to know each other before we go to bed.
Cyrodiil! Though I suppose you could probably guess that. I grew up in the Imperial city, mostly with my nose in a book. My family own a small amount of property there, and they always encourage me to pursue my interests. Namely, knowledge, in all its forms. I spent some time at the Arcane University, a couple of years at the archives of White Gold Tower, and I've studied at every academy in the city. But no amount of academic knowledge can compare to some practical experience. I'm done reading about the world. Now I want to see it.
That is impressive, Lucien. Tell me about your family.
Oh, the Flaviuses are firmly rooted in the Imperial city. We've always had a strong sense of home. We're a tight-knit bunch, and we get on rather well most of the time. They worry, though, particularly about me. Gave them quite a shock when I told them about this expedition.
I can imagine. Tell me about your father.
Davidicus is his name. He's an academic like me, always up to his elbows in old scrolls. He does a lot of consultancy work for the Imperial government. Hunts down relics for them, that sort of thing. I'd be lying if I said we always saw eye to eye, but I owe a lot to him, and he's very dear to me. Captain Lyra of the Imperial Legion. She and I couldn't be more different, but she's always supported me in everything I've done. She fought against the Thalmor in the Great War. In fact, she was there for Lord Nurofin's defeat at the Battle of the Red Ring. She retired to marry my father and raise me, but despite her career, she never tried to force me onto the same path. By the time I was old enough to hold a book, it was clear I was going to follow my father into the academic world, and she was delighted for me. I write to her fairly regularly, my father too. And while she worries, I think she's proud of me for doing this. I hope so, anyway.
Successful parents and wonderful role models. Thank you, Lucien.
What do you want to know? I came from Coral, where my family's seat of power is at. The wealthiest city of Cyrodiil, second only to the capital itself. This has been most fascinating. Ever since I was a little girl, I've always been enthralled by the ancient Nordic legends. Not just Cyrodiil, but all of the Empire. While the other cities such as Anvil and Cheydinhal declined and withered, Coral grew stronger. The economic success of my home was a miracle to many, but to those who made it happen, it was the fruit of hard work and careful planning. My father, Amulius, was among those who turned Coral from an ordinary town to a city that rivals the capital itself.
I have been to the Colovian town of Coral. I did not know about its wealth. Interesting.
Not officially. While my parents are influential in Coral, House Vici rules the city, and my sister Cassandra is married to Coral's count. Count Vici is a decent man himself, but he does not know a thing about governing. Usually, he just defers political matters to my sister, the Countess. This has, of course, displeased the other members of the Vici family. Even if they aren't vocal about it, it is just known among everyone. My heart aches for my sister. She's only trying to help her husband and his family. But instead of gratitude, what she earned was distrust. Sometimes I wonder how our families managed to maintain their alliance. Perhaps the power of mutual interest exceeds that of bitter resentment.
I don't get involved in politics. I won't comment. Thank you, Livia. Arissa, do share something about your past.
After everything you've done, it's time I tell you the whole story. It's kind of a long one. Are you ready to hear it? I wasn't always who I am now. Wanderer, cutpurse. I had a home once, Oakshore, a great estate just north of Hammerfell. The mild winters led to bountiful harvests every year, which made us very wealthy. I was raised to be every bit the nobleman's daughter. We sold crops to the Empire and the Aldmeri Dominion for years. One day, my father was approached by a Thalmor official named Vidric. That day, he wanted to buy more than crops. They wanted to buy Oakshore itself.
What did your father say?
He refused. Oakshore was our home, our paradise. He wasn't about to let anyone take it from us, but Oakshore was too important to the Dominion. It would make a perfect stronghold and let them keep tabs on Hammerfell. So Vidric made a plan. He harassed my father day and night. Then he sent Gunnar to pose as Stormcloaks who would protect my father from the Thalmor, for a price. Gunnar's men began causing trouble, stealing, hurting people. I knew paying Gunnar was a mistake, but my father didn't know what else to do. He told no one else in Oakshore that he was accepting help from the Stormcloaks. He knew what that would do to us if the Empire ever found out. One night, I followed one of Gunnar's men to a farmer's house. He barged in, demanding ale and bread. When he tried to touch the farmer's wife... Yes, he fought back. He didn't win. I watched through the window as Gunnar's lapdog just slaughtered them both. I ran as fast as I could. I hid nearby as all of Oakshore gathered at the farmer's house, yelling and demanding answers. I decided that this had gone on long enough. I stepped forward and told everyone who murdered the farmer, and that we had sided with the Stormcloaks to try and hold on to our land. They arrested Gunnar, his men, and my family for collaboration with the Stormcloaks. Vidric seized Oakshore, claiming Imperial right. Vidric won. They tried, believe me. I escaped and fled to Skyrim, where I began wandering from village to village. I was angry, confused, betrayed. Oakshore and my family were everything to me, and now they were gone, because of me.
You can't blame yourself.
Try telling that to an 18-year-old girl who just lost everything. Trust me, I could blame myself plenty, and I have for a long time. That was 10 years ago. For 10 years, I wandered Skyrim. I've done things I'd never dreamed of doing just to survive. And then I met you. You showed me what it means to have a purpose, to have hope again, to bring hope to others who need it most. So thank you. My life would be very different had you not walked up to Falkreath that day. And with these documents, Oakshore might one day be ours again. Who knows? You might even get a chance to see it one day.
I'm sorry you had to go through all of that. Sometimes the Empire makes decisions that don't make sense, and common people suffer as a result. That being said, I'm glad I was able to use my contacts and help you with those documents. Once we get back to Cyrodiil, maybe I can help you get Oakshore back. Thank you, Arissa, for trusting all of us. We are with you.
We'll talk later.
All right, everyone, let's get some rest. We will wake up in approximately 5 hours and enter this tomb. Let's see what treasures we find inside.